You all enjoyed my renting versus buying a house, and I felt, let me bring another content for you to think about. She brought another angle. She has done a lot of calculations. So I'm reacting to this content creator on TikTok. Yes, TikTok. And I feel, yeah, she has one important message that many people need to pay attention to. Buying a house might not be for you guys. It might not be for you. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about taxes, pensions, retirement, mortgages, investing, remote work, anything that has to do with money. I'm in. So give this video a thumbs up, please. If you like videos like this, please put a thumbs up and share this video with your family and friends. We have a lot to learn from this video. Remember, this is Money Confessions with Dr. Cynthia. We talk about real money, real confessions, and real life stories that can change your life. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. She says buying a house versus renting. So you can see on your screen, she's saying she saved £55,000. And let's just see what it can get you.
I have £55,000 saved and I'm going to use it as a deposit for a £550,000 house, and my monthly mortgage is £2,750.
So she has a deposit of £55,000 and she's buying a house of £550,000. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a beautiful house. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But when I see something like this, I feel like it's close to London, in a big city, or it might be a detached property. Who knows? It looks lovely, but I've not seen the house. But I'm just saying, £550,000 must be a beautiful house. I know that there are houses that are worth 3.5 million. We're not talking about that. We're talking about regular middle class people who want to pay into a mortgage as well as retire in the future. What are your plans? Do you rent or do you buy? And you can see that the mortgage is £2,750 a month. For you to have this type of mortgage, it means that your income must be really good, you know. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, because I feel a mortgage should not just wipe off all your income.
I also have £55,000 saved and I'm going to keep renting. My rent is £2,000 a month and I'm going to invest my £55,000 and the £750 that I save every month into a low-cost ETF.
It makes so much sense. She has the same £55,000 saved, so she went for a rent of £2,000 a month and she invested the £55,000 plus £750 every month. So I would consider the fact that maybe she would spread it in an ISA for this to make sense, because £750 every month would lead to £9,000 a year. And remember that your ISA allowance is £20,000, so you still have an extra £11,000 to fill. So she could actually top it up and make sure she maxes out her allowance for a while. It just makes sense. It's not a bad idea at all.
And after 30 years, based on a 3.5% average house price growth, my house is now worth £1.55 million. And after 30 years, assuming a 10% annual growth, my investments are now worth well over £2.6 million. Wait, your investment is worth £1 million more than mine? Yep, that's the power of compounding, and the property ladder is not the only way to build wealth, it is just the way that nobody questions.
After 30 years, you want to know the value of your property versus the value of your stocks. Now, for the property, it is now worth 1.55 million, using the average growth rate of 3.5% every year. While for the stocks, she's using 10% because they said the S&P 500 average growth every year or return is 10%. So there are some years it goes down, some years it goes up, but when you average it, you notice that it's 10%. Now, she has £2.6 million worth of, stocks or investments. And it makes sense. It's not double, but it's significant. Now, you might wonder, what are the things that we are missing here? There are so many things we are missing. Let's be sincere. We are just believing the fact that this renter who is paying £2,000 to someone else. You're paying £2,000 as someone else's mortgage, a landlord's mortgage. You don't have a property yet. You don't have equity in any house at the end. And we are believing that the rent will continue to be £2,000, which we know is not possible. The rent 10 years ago is quite different from now. The rent 30 years ago is quite different from now. And we know that the person's salary would increase. So we're also believing that the person will continue to have £750 every month to invest. And let's be sincere, it's not always the case. There are some cases that there might be an emergency and they might have to touch that money because they are not forced to. You know, a mortgage forces you to save. It's like, you know that if you don't put that money, if they don't take that money, you know the consequences and the implications. So you prioritize it. You will have a place to sleep. So it forces you, especially if you don't have that self-discipline. Not everybody would have the self-discipline to invest £750 every month. Now, another thing is, this video is really valuable. It makes sense. 1.55 million while 2.6 million. But my question is, now that both of them are retired, one still has a property in their name. It might tie them down, but if they decide to sell, they'll get value for their money. We also know the things that you have to do to maintain that property, because it's not as simple as that. The state at which the property was when they bought it initially would not be the same state 30 years down. They would have to have done some things on that property. They will spend some money on that property. But we know that the property will give them some level of stability, security. They know that there's no landlord hanging on their neck telling them, hey, it's time to move. I'm about to sell my property. Please, you have to move in the next 2 months. And the fact that you might need a man with a van to move your property, the things you have to do to move your things from one place to another, from one rental property to another. You barely see someone who has spent 30 years in the same rental property. It's very difficult for you to see that. So these are some of the expenses that might happen. Another thing is that it's not possible that you're earning the same amount 30 years ago compared to right now. I'm just saying. So when you see some of these things, it depends. It depends. Renting versus owning a house, it depends. It depends on whether you have a family. It depends on whether you want to choose stability and security over being asked to move from one place to another. It depends on so many other factors. Maybe your work encourages you to move from one place to another. It depends on so many other factors, guys, because we know that inheritance tax, inheritance tax is something you have to consider if you have kids. So your house will still be pulled into your estate, while your ISA will still be pulled into your estate. When you sell your house, you don't need to pay capital gains tax if it is your primary residence. And when someone dies, you know, their ISA can be passed to your kids, but it's still added to your estate. So you have to pay your inheritance tax, you know, before your kids inherit your ISA. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Seeing these differences, is it worth it? Is the extra money on top worth it? Share it in the comments. We need to learn. 1.55 million versus 2.6 million. That's a significant difference, you know. So what do you think? Do you think it's best to own that property, or is best to, you know, rent for the rest of your life in the UK for 30 years? Do you think it's best that way? We're also forgetting so many other factors. Please, any of the factors I've missed, put it in the comments below. Let us learn, because we are here to learn. We want to know what are the things we are missing. What are the things we need to consider before we decide to rent versus owning a property? Because I know that your mortgage can actually go down with time, and you can pay it off early and own it outright. Yes, but with rent, you cannot say, oh, I stopped renting, unless you buy. So what are your thoughts? Share it in the comments. I'll see you in my next video. If you like videos like this, please thumbs up. It don't cost anything. Hype this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.